Hi guys, welcome back to another iPhone tutorial. This is a very quick tutorial, kind of an add-on to all the web service tutorials. Now, the reason I did web services as a main part of my tutorial is because the internet is a brilliant thing to use inside applications. That has diversity and extra functionality, but one kind of downfall to it is one of the biggest causes of crashes of applications is accessing elements that aren't there. I worked in applications with plenty of memory errors and it still worked absolutely fine. The problem is that accessing null variables. Now, the reason this happens is either it's not there, not created, or it's basically it says a size changed. But one thing you kind of have to check is if you want to use these things, is the user actually online to avail these things? Now, there's a few clients you can use. Facebook have one, Apple at least one. It's called the Reachability client. This checks the application's connectivity to the internet. So I'm going to show you how to do it now. So just create a single view-based application. This is a very simple thing to do. Let's call it Reachability. Reachability. Now I don't know if these things have been made properly for ARC, so I'm going to leave it off. And next, and make it in, yeah, anywhere you want. Okay. Second thing is to download the Reachability client example from the Apple website. I'll post a link below. When you download it, you'll have a few files in the classes. Okay, you'll have all these inside the in the application, but we don't want any of that. We just want these two files, Reachability H and M. So we're going to drag those two right in now. Anywhere you want. Copy. Finish. Nip, go away. Next thing is to add the system configuration library. And to build phases, link with libraries, add and system configuration. Perfect. Now, into your main view controller. It's probably best to snap in the delegate before you allow things to run, as in you'd have a loading screen, and while that loading screen is spinning you do this connection, and the connection passes you go off and allow the connection and then allow things to be made, otherwise you'd perform some other action. But this is going to be a very simple example. I'm just going to import reachability.h, okay, into your M file. Now we're going to make a boolean value. To make it a void if you want, just check it, doesn't really matter. Bool has internet. Okay, so this is where we actually access reachability itself. So reachability, oops, let's call it reach equals reachability. Okay, you can do for all these different kinds, okay, but the simplest way to do it is to see if you can access a website. So we're going to see if that works. So if you can access www.google.com, which is very likely to be down, then we have to do network status. Let's call it internet status equals reach, no, undoes too much, reach, it's been a fault for calling it that, reach current reachability status. So these are all pre-made methods done for you inside the reachability class, so it's all done for you. So what you have to do is negotiate what do you want to do and what to happen. So if internet status equals not reachable, I think that's also boolean value inside reachability. What can we do now? If it's not active, what can we do? Let's make it very simple for ourselves, just a test. Oops. UI alert view alert 1 equals UI alert view lock init with title. This has all been done before in previous tutorials. This is a very simple alert view that will give a response to the user. You don't want nothing to happen. You don't want it to be sitting there looking at a blank screen, otherwise it'll uninstall your app, bad review on the app. So if it says you know internet, it can show it's their problem, not yours. Okay, in with title, internet message. If it's not working, is down. Oops, do not forget to end your quotation marks like I always do. Delegate self. Cancel button is just going to be, it's called damn it. These are going to do nothing, these are just simple messages. So the cancel button is going to be, yeah, damn it. And then the other button is going to be just a cancel button. Nice and simple. So if you use application and it finds out it's not working, they'll get the alert view that says damn it and cancel, 2 buttons. And then of course alert 1 show, oops, and then alert 1 release, because we're not using ARC, so we have to do this ourselves. Okay, but if it is online, we should do something more important like load the application, but we're not going to. We'll do another alert view. I'm going to just be really cheeky and just copy and paste it. Copy and paste is probably one of the worst things you can do in an application because it'll lead to errors. I probably will forget to change something here. Mark my words. If I don't, I'll be very surprised. Internet is working. And then say damn it. Cool. And then return yes, because it is a boolean which must return a value. We could return the stats instead or whatever, but just this more visual way that the user know. Okay, alert 2, dial internet is working, cancel buttons, cool, cancel, show, release. Okay, now self has internet, so when the view loads, it'll run the check. It'll check if we're connected. 13 for time, 6 minutes, perfect, well on time for once. We're not creating anything, that's going to be memory. The 2 locks are released, looks good to me. Let's run. You'll get a warning because of a declaration in the H file. The reachability, I think, is on version 2.2. It's been constantly rewritten. I looked at this a few months ago, I think it was version 1.8 or something really old. But it's constantly being rewritten, so it does require some kind of monitoring. Internet is working. Also, you get these flags down here. Never mind the application root view controller, but you can delete those. There's NS logs in reachability. So cool, internet is working, but you know, we need to test this. So of course, internet goes off. See, airport's off. I have no cables plugged in. We have to rebuild because I haven't set any kind of refresh ability in the application. Come on, load. Internet is down. Damn it. It's going to re-enable so you can see that I have not been messing with my I probably should have waited actually till the connection was properly set up again rather than instantly rebuilding, but we'll see. Working. Perfect. Now there's obviously more tests you should do, like the how well it works on wireless 3G on edge, and then kind of anticipate these kind of problems, especially loading things like synchronous tables. Table loading should always be asynchronous, or even better, use a thread or operation. Those are things I'll try and cover later on. But for now, kind of bear this in mind that if you're going to be using web services, you should have this in every application. Check for the connection. If the connection isn't there to begin with or drops later on, use something to handle the user's interaction, because if they're left looking at a blank screen for whatever reason, even if it's their own fault, if they're not given an option or an out, they're going to just close your application, erase it, and probably give you a bad review in the process. So always try to anticipate what can go wrong, because chances are it will. Alright folks, hope this was helpful. I'll put the link and the source code in the description, so any problems give me a shout. Alright, see you folks.